Good evening, everybody. It's almost 8 o'clock. Waiting for a private client to come in here from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Town has a little meaning to me because when I was an over the road trucker, I was a driver for Cedar Rapids Steel and Transport. So, also known as CRST, also known as the Crash and Roll Stunt Team. All right, so anywho, uh, some things to talk about. Hopefully, everybody had a good 2025. That's been with the hum for a while. Okay, hopefully everything worked out for you guys. No hardships, no heartbreaks, no major auto catastrophes or fixes. Uh, I'll tell you what, 2025 was good for me, and what if I was, since you've all just come into hum, people from California, some new people here from Arizona. Now that we're doing the flex driver and everything else, here's some things to think about as far as what you're doing. Okay, what you want to do going on for 2026. One, if you're brand new, if you're in the Arizona area, start building up your client list right now. Start figuring out what you're going to do for summer. How are you going to do summer? Okay, summer could be very slow. Are you going to switch over to, hey, I'm just going to be looking for people to take to work back and forth, so I got guaranteed rides every day or whatever. Look for things like that. Or, hey, am I building my client list up enough that, hey, I've got enough year-round clients to keep me busy through the summer? Okay. Baseball games, stuff like that. You can target events. Baseball, spring training. A lot of people from Chicago, Anaheim, people from Anaheim. People from Anaheim might drive out here, or they might fly. Either way, the Giants fans like to travel. A lot of Scottsdale stuff there, and so that's coming up. The waste management's coming up. You can look for private clients there. That'll be a big event to look at private clients for. Let's see what else. So look at building up for summer, taking care of yourself. If the other thing I can recommend too is taking a little out of every ride, whether it's Uber, Lyft, or Hum, private rides. Take a little bit out of every ride. Put it, if you have a savings account that you can put it into, fine. If you want to just put it in an envelope and just mark, hey, this is, how much do you need a month to survive? So, have something that says May. Start putting money into May. And then, hey, once you figure out, hey, okay, this is enough for May. And then, okay, well, now let's do June. We filled up June. Keep filling those envelopes up with what you might need to survive. And that way, hey, if you do end up having a great summer and not having to dip into that, then you actually can. Hey, let's put that into a savings account, or let's invest some of that money into some marketing for me. Maybe some better business cards, some business cards that maybe look like this, and maybe, hey, on the back you put a picture of your car so people remember you. Okay, or you can have your QR codes. Either one. Do stuff like that for yourself. Put away for that stuff, because that's the other thing you want to do this year as well. If you're, like I said, a lot of people that I know have just joined on, especially since we took on California, and this is all brand new to you. Okay, and that's just it. People say, well, I give my business card out and I never hear from them again. That's because we are re-educating people on how Hum is better for them. All right, on how having a private driver is better than having Uber and Lyft. Now, what sucks is they leave here, we talk about it, they want to do it. Well, the next destination, wherever they're headed to, unless they're going to Boise or somewhere in California now, doesn't have humps, so we can't really get them there. If they're going east and stuff like that, they're going to use Uber and they're going to use Lyft. Okay. Uh, Now they may just get to a hotel where their conference is, or get to where their work is, or whatever, and then they gotta, like if somebody was coming here to Desert Wind Harley Davidson, they could, what they do is they have a driver that takes them back and forth, and it takes them out to dinner. They actually have they have a big passenger van that picks everybody up that's coming here for conferences from different dealerships around the country that the owner owns, and so they come here, and then the van takes them back and forth to hotels, out to eat. They have and to the conferences and everything else, so that then when they go home, either the van will take them or they'll use Uber and Lyft to get them to the airport. Okay, so what happens is these people get used to using Uber and Lyft everywhere else. They're still used to doing it here because you took them on an Uber and Lyft ride, okay? And so now what you've got to do is you've got to sell yourself real good that they remember you, okay? You got to have a great car, and you hear it all the time. Well, it's not the car, it's the driver. Yes, true. But hey, if your car sucks, you can be the best driver in the world. If your car sucks, nobody's going to want to get in it. All right? But now, if you can take a good car, and, like I said, I'm not going to brag here, but I will. Leather interior, nice, comfortable rear seats. That's the main thing. I've had people tell me that, man, your back seats here are comfortable. And, I used to even get it with the Equinox because I took care of them. I made it look clean. I made the vehicle look like it was brand new. Okay? And I got people all the time, what year is this? And I'd say an 18. And they'd be like, what? Really? Man, this is way too clean for an 18. Boom. All right? So, and that's just it. And then, sell yourself. Hey, if you use me, I'm going to be there on time. I'm going to be there 10 minutes early even. Okay? Kind of the one thing I really don't like is if you get a scheduled ride live request, when I do it, and I did this with Uber and Lyft as well, when I'm on a scheduled ride, okay, as in, hey, they want picked up at this time, I am literally probably, wave off. Had a United plane wave off. Wow, that's kind of weird. Anywho, we've got to do some. What was I talking about? Sorry, that wave off kind of freaked me out. Selling yourself as a driver. Hey, I'm going to be there early. Even like I say, with scheduled rides, I'm usually within a block or two of where I need to be 20 minutes prior, so that when that thing kicks on, because it's going to kick on their phone too. Because trust me, I've done it. I've scheduled a ride and seen what happens. Well, if you're still saying you're 20 minutes out, and when they look at it, they still say, okay, this says this he's going to get here exactly on time. That's not a good thing to do. I mean, I'm serious. You want to be there early. And like I said, what I do is, when that thing goes live, I just let them know, hey, I'm about 2 to 3 minutes away from you. I will show up about 10 minutes prior and let you know that I'm here. And you don't have to hurry out. I would just rather be waiting on you than you waiting on me. And boom, okay? Now with that scheduled ride, or with Uber and Lyft even, either way, then when you hand them this card, they know that, hey, guess what? This guy is good at what he does. He cares about what he does and stuff like that. And like I said, Jerry said it today too, that he's flabbergasted, and I see it all the time. People not drivers not helping people with their luggage and then wonder why they don't get tipped. And I've seen some drivers. I mean, I've seen drivers that, whoa, it's like, how did you get into the driver's seat? And I'm not picking on you for that, but it's like, if you just stay, if that's the reason you're not getting out to get luggage, because then, man, don't expect to make. And like I said, it doesn't. With Hum, I mean, we consider ourselves professional drivers, okay? And by that I mean, we will get out, we will open the door for you, we will load your luggage, we will unload your luggage, we will make sure everything is okay, either before we leave or when we're, before we leave. Hey, is everything okay? Yes, fine. I even do it when people get in here. All right, do we have everything? I even kind of go over my own little checklist. Do you have an ID or a passport? Yes. Do you have your wallet? Yes. Do you have a way back into the house when you get home? Yes. All right, good. We're good to go. Anything else I can care less about? Because I always tell them, anything else you can always buy along the trip if you forgot something. That's the things I always make sure. I got a way back into the house, whether it's in my suitcase or whatever. I've got my wallet and my IDs, passport if needed, and I've got everything that I need, and boom. Because I tell people, I said, just answering all those right now will save you $100. And they're like, what? I said, yeah, because if you find out when you get there and then you call me and say, hey, I got to go back, probably roughly going to cost you about $100. So I always like to make sure, because I care about you. I care about people that are in my car. I don't want you to spend $100 that you don't need to spend $100 on. All right, so and like I said, that's how you sell yourself. The more you can sell yourself, just without even saying, "Hey, look at me," you can sell yourself just by questions that you ask. Hey, how are you doing? Where are you headed? Oh, that's great. I've been there too. Or oh wow, where exactly are you headed in New York? When they say upstate, well, where exactly upstate? Is it anywhere close to Albany? Or just if you know anything, about where they're headed, it's great. And if not, let them tell you, because boom, that's opening them up to you. That hey, when you do hand them a card, oh cool, this guy's pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to take him up on his card. I'm going to take him up on his idea. I've had people give me their itineraries, their return itineraries, before we even hit the airport. Okay, that's how good. That's when you're selling yourself good. Is they're already booking you. Like I said, I tell them too. I said, hey, book me in. I said, if you wait, you may not get me, and I'll have to supply you a driver. And they're like, you mean we won't? Yeah. I said, I'm busy, and I'll flat out tell them, hey, I've got 185 plus clients. Book me now, so that hey, you're good to go. And people appreciate that. And like I said, the more you can sell yourself, that's just it. And then, like I said, the marketing of yourself. How are you doing when you're not in the car? What are you doing? Do you have a social media? Are you on the neighborhood group? Are you saying hey on Craigslist or whatever social media? Do you have something doing that? Do you have a Facebook page just dedicated to your driving, to your business? Okay, not just you as a person. You can have one that's set up as you as a business. Do a separate page. And, you can do stuff like that. And that's marketing yourself, okay? Then, hey, always have a decent amount of cards available, all right? And you can buy these things right here, to keep your cards in here. People like to, however. I just keep it right here next to me so that, hey, when I do it, there's my card. Boom. All right. Comes in and out real easy. So just think about things like that. Be willing to market yourself. Also, be willing to market Hum, too, so that, hey, when you say, hey, download this app so that when you go to San Francisco or something like that, download it. If I say, hey, I don't have anybody in San Francisco I can recommend, get on that app download that app and request a ride in San Francisco. Okay, that way, if someone accepts it, you can see how they are, and then you can come back to me and say, hey, get that guy's card, and boom, it is what it is. Just have good ideas for people. And like I said, that's just it. That's what sells me, Jerry and ourselves. We're always thinking, hey, here's what you need to do. Download this app so that you can request a ride when you go to LA or whatever. Because, we've got drivers, but like I said, I don't know any, right now, I would recommend Jerry, a San Diego driver, and Maggie, Burbank area driver. That's the only people I really know. Okay, because that's the only people I've ever seen on orientations and stuff like that. Because they came back to it a couple times. All right, that means, hey, they were still interested. Because I'll tell you what, guys, for those of you that are just subscribing right now and you attended one of my orientations and I said, hey, subscribe to this channel, and you did, go back to orientation again. Just because, hey, orientation is a quick start guide to doing a private ride and get going. All right, and a quick start guide to hum. That's all it is. All right. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go because it's been going on for 15 minutes. I hope you guys use this a lot, and hopefully it does a lot of good for you.